Whoops, hold on. Don't want to make that mistake again. It looks like it's streaming at 60 frames per second. Oh, that's weird. Because in the video capture thing, it says it's only streaming at 30. Now let me switch. Let me take a look at the settings themselves. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to restart the stream. One sec. Okay, now we're streaming at 30 frames per second. I do not want to overtax my bandwidth any more than the poor thing already is. So, aside from the help, thank you for stopping by, Nathan. And, please let me know if any of the other sound levels need adjusting. I've been playing with them all night, trying to see if I can get everything nice. I think I've got it, but it's always nice to have another pair of ears on it. Okay, I'm gonna start from my saved game. I haven't gotten very far. The main character was just born. There was a war. The king was about to go after his enemy. He got word saying that his son was born, and he's like, "Woohoo! Screw you guys, I'm going home." Ah, the hustle and bustle of the palace. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Oh, really sorry, can I just... Yep. Okay, yep, this way now. Alright, got it. Yeah, I've actually got the microphone at 0 and the video capture at -16. I mean, it really does depend on, you know, what you're trying to do. When I have my... Oh, I'm supposed to press a button to move things forward, okay. When I had my headset, the microphone was much closer to my face, obviously. Now I'm using my new boom mic. The castle is turned upside down with preparations for the ceremony and party. Firebrand, the ancestral quell of the Eugene family. As its name suggests, it responds to the anima of fire. Upon reaching 7 years of age, the prince undergoes a ceremony to test whether he is worthy to wield Firebrand and become heir to the throne. This is on the PlayStation. Well, the game is PlayStation. I'm running it on my PS3 right now. Ding ding ding, we have a winner! Your turn, Gustav. Bam. Congratulations, kid. You don't have the skill that everyone else in the kingdom does have. No, I don't think Squeenix made any games, or at that time, obviously, it was still Squaresoft, for the Nintendo 64. There's that tech demo floating around out there of the of a 3D rendering of a battle from Final Fantasy VI that they were trying to use, but as the story goes, they were counting on a CD-based system, and then Nintendo decided to go with cartridges for the Nintendo 64. And Sony's like, say, we're going to be using CDs. So yeah, here's one of the major plot points. Common trees, grass, and even rocks have magical ability. Gustav does not, so his father thinks of him as less than a rock. Yeah, well, you also tried nursing that one rock. How did that turn out? Good lord. I painted a face on him and everything. Hey, check out these almost but not quite chocobos over here. It's like if a Chocobo and a Moomba had a illegitimate love child. Oh, that was Gustav's brother, I'm guessing. Yeah, and it's not just his dad that's being a bastard about this either. Everyone in town. Thanks, guys. It'll be really useful to recall this white-hot fury when I get older. Okay, yes and no. Let me try something since we've got a save point here. I'm going to see if it looks any better with the smoothing off. Sometimes that can make a difference. Looks kind of awful on the menu screen here, but we'll see how it goes when we get in game. Okay, so another staple of the SaGa series is multiple storylines. Here I can either continue along with Gustav's storyline and follow his departure from his homeland, or switch over to a storyline for a kid named Will Knights. And I don't remember which path gets me closer to the music I want, so I'm just going to keep going with Gustav for now. Yeah, I think it blends in a little bit better without the smoothing. Because the smoothing smooths the sprites, and that can often introduce artifacts. I mean, it looks kind of... It looks worse on the TV itself, but probably not the stream. Ah, so Seomer there felt the presence of anima. But Gustav just couldn't bring it out. Okay, good to know. Dear Mother, I do not wish to be here. Love, Gustav. Grugel. King Sui of Na. So the original SaGa Frontier was one of my favorite games on the PS1. It had 7 different storylines and really interesting world, and the way the battles played out was really kind of cool too. If you ever manage to hunt it down, give it a shot. SaGa Frontier 2, I liked well enough. Stop that boat! Sleep! So SaGa Frontier 2 I liked well enough. Not as much as SaGa Frontier. But, you know, one of the things that it's far superior is the music. I did like the art style too. Looked a lot better on a CRT, I think. So I can recommend SaGa Frontier, I can recommend SaGa Frontier 2. I do not recommend Unlimited Saga on the PS2. That was a train wreck. Looked beautiful, but the gameplay was just incomprehensible. Oh, yeah, okay. I can see how your taste in RPGs might have been soured by Quest 64. I don't know if you were around when I was talking it up the other day, but one of my favorite RPG of all time is Wild Arms 3. You can pick that up on the PlayStation 4. It's a PS2 classic. They updated it with trophy support and 1080p graphics and all of that good stuff. You don't need to know anything about Wild Arms 1 or 2 to play Wild Arms 3. There are some inside jokes you might miss, but that's about it. But the story is fantastic, and it has what I consider to be quite possibly the perfect battle system. It's also the Wild Arms series. Yeah, okay, good. Actually, you can pick up Wild Arms 1 and 2 on the PlayStation Network. So if you've got a PS3, you could pick them up and play them right on the PS3 there. I own the discs. I repurchased them digitally because I prefer to have them handy. Oh, Gustav found another animalist friend. Unfortunately, Gustav is a bit of a dick. Understandable, and understandably so, but he's still a bit of a dick. Wow! It's been way too long since I've played this, so, like... I totally forgot that she just hauled out and slapped him in the middle of the town square. Good for her. He was being a bitch there. Oh, remind me later on Link's Discord server. Actually, it might even be in there somewhere. I can send you the HDMI decryptor or splitter that I use that pulls the HDCP signal off. It only costs like 20 bucks on Amazon. I don't actually use it right now because I've got a 4x4 switcher that does the trick as well. So, but yeah, I ran into that problem with the PS3 and the PS TV. Oh no, it's like Gustav. Let's just ignore him and keep going, Leslie. Yeah, he's probably crying. Because that's how bullies work. They bully other people because they're damaged themselves. It's quite possible. That was another kind of interesting thing. In this game, wood is one of the elements. Like, the elements are wood and stone, fire and wind, I think. Is it that hard to be unable to use spells? I can't even picture it. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you haven't seen any battle yet, obviously. It's pretty story heavy up front. It's an interesting story though. Like I said, I really enjoy the world building they put into this. Oops. Yeah. Another fun bit about this is can I? Okay. So another fun thing about this is that the digger here gives you access to a mini game on the Pocket Station, which I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it was kind of like a Dreamcast VMU that you could plug into the memory card port on a PlayStation. And it had 4 directional buttons and 1 action button and a tiny 32 by 32 screen. And you could play games on this thing and find items and then import them back into SaGa Frontier 2. This is one of the few games that came out in the United States that actually supported the Pocket Station. I actually have one, but the battery door is dead, or is gone, and so I need to find a way to where is it back here? Okay. So I need to find a way to keep a battery in it. The thing still works. It just only gets power when it's in the memory card slot. The PS2 actually recognizes it. When you're in the browser on the PS2, it'll bring up a little picture of the Pocket Station. Jeez, he got territory when he turned 13? Yeah, a lot of stuff like that, like the Double D, and I would even argue the Dreamcast was, a lot of that stuff was just kind of ahead of its time. The Virtual Boy, too, I would put in that category, where it just shouldn't have been it shouldn't have been released yet. Oh, I thought I was going to try to help you. I'll find it for you. Oh. Also, I think with the Double D, that jumped on the whole like jazz/zip drive thing that just had a very short shelf life because of how cheap hard drives were about to get. I think this is the right time for modern VR. I think it's not there yet, but it's picked up pace a lot more than it did back in the 90s. I remember poking at a head-mounted display at a video store back in the mid-90s that had a version of Star Fox running on it. And, you know, it was okay, but not immersive at all. And I think the technology is cheap enough and accessible enough now that I think it's got a good chance at making a run for it. I mean, the PSVR has sold, I think, 1 million or 2. Which basically has outsold everything else that's come before it already. So here's another important plot point here. Steel does not work with anima arts. You know, even a housewife will use spells on a cheap stone knife to make it as sharp as steel. But people just generally don't use it because no one even thinks... I mean, why waste the time and money on steel when I can just, you know, enchant a stone knife to be just as good? Well, yeah, and last night, with the whole Wii thing, I made the point on the Nerding It Out podcast that, you know, like with Nintendo Labo, Nintendo invents a lot of interesting stuff, and Sony perfects it. Like, they brought up the analog stick on the Nintendo 64, but the DualShock was immediately superior to that. The Wiimotes ended up having to have the Motion Plus adapter to be as sensitive as the Move controllers were right off the bat, and the Move controllers, using a camera and the light orb on top, had more precision than the Wiimotes. It also had a plus on the Kinect because you actually had buttons you can press. Just a whole bunch of stuff that, I mean, arguably the PSP was better than the 3DS in a technical standpoint, as was the Vita. They just didn't get very much support from third parties, which, you know, is what ended up taking out the Wii U, too. Even the soldiers only used stone or wood swords. Good. Gustav needed some discipline. Hopefully he'll get it here. Yeah, honestly, there's good reason I'm so much of a Sony, I can't really say fanboy, devotee. They do really just have the best variety of games on their consoles. Yes, meow. Yeah, just ask Cloud. I think I'm going to switch over to Will's story for a bit, just to see if that might be closer to the music I'm looking for. Might also give us a little bit of a taste of combat for a change. I'm definitely interested in picking up a Switch. I'm not that interested in picking up an Xbox One. Especially now that with the Xbox One, every game that comes out for the console is required by Microsoft to also come out on the PC. What's the point? Oh, come on. Where is it? No. Ah, here we go. Oh, there's a chapter in Google. There we go. I don't have that nostalgic feeling for Mario 64 like everybody else does. I didn't have a Nintendo 64 growing up. But Mario Odyssey looks like the first Mario game in a while where it looks like it would be really, really just fun. The other ones looked okay, but Odyssey looks genuinely fun. No? And actually, if I end up getting a Switch, I know what I'm going to I know I'm going to do at least one OS treats video from Mario Odyssey. Oh, I actually have money. Whoops. Where's the menu? Here we go. Have a staff and a buckler. You know, I should pick up a Wii at some point. I've got my, I've got a GameCube, but I don't have a Wii right now. I think I'll grab a bow. Okay, so these probably defend against the various elements. Steel Amulet is probably just... Oh, probably resists all magic, just not as much. Ooh, that would be a thing to do as a long-term goal. I don't have Sunshine. I kind of wish I did, but that's one of those that you don't find very often because people just don't get rid of it. Kind of like another PS1 game that I absolutely love. Another one of my favorite RPGs is Brave Fencer Musashi on the PS1. And that one, you're not going to find it for any less than like 50 bucks. I picked it up new back in the day, but... Oh, looks like I've got a new party member. Cordelia. Awesome. Heck yeah. See, now Will is extremely polite. I'm sorry for making that assumption. Oh, now we get a magic user. It's not seem, I am experienced. Yeah, that kinda sounds fair. No, he digs for relics. Oops. How about you? No. Well, yes, but I haven't even been damaged yet, so I don't need to rest. Okay. Can I leave the town? Yeah. Unfortunately, these games are not on the PlayStation Network. And it might be a little tough to find. To the ruins of Han. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, at least Crash Team Racing is on the PlayStation Network. I'm just kind of sad that Brave Fencer Musashi is on the PlayStation Network in Japan, but not here. So another staple of the SaGa series is that the enemies roam the world map, so you can avoid them, kind of like Chrono Trigger. I have made a Japanese PlayStation Network account, but the problem there is I don't understand Japanese, and I would assume that it's the Japanese version of Brave Fencer Musashi, so it wouldn't do me much good. LSD is a completely different thing. You don't need to understand the language. Okay. No, that didn't work very well. Ow. Okay, should be fine. So... how are we doing? We're doing okay. We can go another round. Oops. That took a life point. How'd that happen? So, in SaGa Frontier and SaGa Frontier 2, you have health points, but you also have life points. When your life points are all gone, you die. If your hit points are at 0, but you've got life points, you can still come back and participate in the battle. But once all your life points are gone, I think you have to go all the way back to an inn to bring them back. So, Will, you're going to heal up. Oh, that's right. In this one, you spend a life point to recover all of your hit points, too. No, 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 I didn't want to do that. Arrgh. Yeah, they did a lot of really interesting, different stuff in this series. They just went way too far with Unlimited SaGa. Oh, is anything gonna die anytime soon? Okay, you know what? Let's switch it up. See what happens. Call of truce. Alright. Sweet! Alright. I'll take it. Oh. Life water sounds like it'll be helpful. In SaGa Frontier, and I think they did it in this one too, if you chain together if you do the right attacks in order, they chain together and do a bit more damage. Oh, come on. Oh, where am I supposed to go next? Through here? Nope. Go this way then. Okay. I need to heal up. Oh, so here are the different elements, I guess. Martial, tree, stone... Okay, tree, stone, flame, water, tone. Kind of an interesting combination there. Nope, nothing there. Yeah, I know. I've spoken with him, yes. I'm part of his upcoming Mega Man X community Let's Play. And I've been watching some of his videos. Maybe these guys will be a little easier. Just a bunny and a crab. That's more like it. Yeah, they kind of do look like a Digimon a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to be doing Spark Mandro. I've already given a couple of tries at it, and I've yet to actually make it to Spark Mandrill yet. So, hopefully by the time he puts out an actual time frame on it, I'll be able to finally finish the stage. Bandit? Tyler the Bandit. Thank goodness you aren't. Hey, sure. In SaGa Frontier, you could end up running around with 15 party members, organized into groups of 5 that you could switch between outside of battle. Ooh, no, let's fight as a team. I'm not confident enough to fight these one-on-one. Definitely fire. No. So, the thing that just happened with Will and the little light bulb over his head is he just learned a new skill. And you do that after you've done specific attacks enough. You will learn a related skill and do that instead on one of your attacks. Oh yeah, actually the Nathan Sifu posted a link to all the passwords. So I am using a password that lets me start Spark Mandrill's stage with Chill Penguin's weapon. I'm not going to go into it that unprepared. How are we doing? Looks like Will could use some health. Let's focus our efforts a little bit more. Okay, what did that do? Yay! Tyler's gained spell points. Found 15 crowns. Okay. Oh, go away. I get so many different... Does it come from this, or does it come from this, or does it come from this? A Wrinkle of Time is closer than most people start out. And that is definitely a good book, but actually a little bit more... It's more just the concept, the geometric shape, the unfolded hypercube, but my biggest inspiration on 4D thinking has been the book Flatland. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, let's use wood attacks on the ghouls, but flame attack on that mandrake. And a stone axe on the mandrake. There we go. Yeah, that did the trick. Wow, I just one-shotted something. There is actually a CG movie that you can watch on YouTube that is directly based on Flatland. Should be pretty easy to find. Just search for Flatland on YouTube. It's about 80 minutes long. But it kind of helps you realize a few things about, like, the concept of a fourth physical dimension. Okay, so by the time you hear this, I'll have already typed the name, but if you want to... did I get that right? Miegakure. If you want to keep an eye out for a game that's really going to... It looks like it's really going to kind of burn your brain from trying to figure out 4D motion, keep an eye out for Miegakure. It's a puzzle game that is going to make you, quote-unquote, rotate environments in a fourth physical dimension. And it looks like it's going to be really fun. Ugh. Pardon my cat in the background. She's old and cranky. She's actually a very good cat. She's just a sad cat. So you're more Art of War than Flatland. Well, that appears to be a large ghost. I'm surprised that Soul Crunch didn't do, like, direct life point damage, because that can happen sometimes. Yeah, because at least with philosophical concepts, there is the potential for application. When you're thinking of something like a fourth physical dimension, there is very, very little chance that we're ever going to get to actually experience something like that, ever, and have some sort of application. Oh, that just, like, instantly killed her. That's not cool. Oh, Will's confused. Alright, let's try to escape. Failed. Well, at least I still get my turn. Well, that was an unpleasant fight. I'll repeat myself in a moment as soon as Kitty quiets down a little. These one-on-one fights are something a little bit different. Unfortunately, Narcisse was in no shape to take care of that. Ooh, did I get a game over? Yep. Okay, well, I did quick start in there somewhere. Okay, so basically what I was saying is that, at least with philosophical questions, you kind of have the potential for application. But when you're talking about stuff like four-dimensional or higher physical manipulation, I mean, you're probably never going to have the opportunity to actually manipulate that. The zombie has a midriff because, damn it, even zombies need to feel pretty sometimes. You know, maybe I should poke around out here a little bit first. Almost tempted to continue along with Gustav's storyline again. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, it's not even 10 o'clock. Okay. Hey, Joshua. Yeah, it's still pretty brutal, though. You just missed my TPK. No problem. Oh, that's SaGa Frontier, the original SaGa Frontier. At the scratch shop. In the original SaGa Frontier, there was a buying and selling loop that you could do after you got a certain amount of money that would basically give you infinite money. I still haven't watched the first season of the Netflix Castlevania thing yet. Keep meaning to. So I've heard it's pretty good. Clonk. Nathan, have you played Symphony of the Night? Hey there. Thanks for joining. Still trying to make my way through SaGa Frontier 2 here. Oops. Actually, hold on. Can I actually... Ah, I can do a full save right here. Fantastic. Oh, it's only 4 episodes, huh? Okay. Let's see. Yep. Squaresoft reset. Well, that's not what I want to do. There we go. That's what I need. Sir Gus. We're out like Flynn. Oh, wait a second. I'm just gonna let him spin like that for a while. How have you guys been? Alright, come on. Come on, Squaresoft. Give me like some you know, watercolor vomit all over the screen here. Hey, it was a good song. Oh, that was another. That's another one I could have sung, but I went with Leak Spin instead. Lloyd Tuma. Oh, that Gustav again. That boy! Oh, okay, so now this is an interesting point. So I'm using a thing that's streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And I have a chat app that blends the two chat streams. I didn't see the auto mod happen. Yeah, it's kind of weird that meat spin is blocked though. You know, the word Belgium is also blocked in my stream. Yep, Restreamio. Fool! You're coming with me! I tell you what, Peggy, that boy is incorrect in his stances and opinions. Puppy. Oh, check it out, Nathan. More Digimon. Oh, jeez, and it's just Gustav. A she-bunny. Yes. I already warned Nathan Sample away from Unlimited SaGa. Watch your damn language! Doesn't the Beholder only have one eye? Shouldn't it just be beauty as in the eye of the Beholder? Not the eyes. How are you doing, Gustav? You're fine. I punched a snail. How are you doing? Eh. You're not taking a lot of damage, that's fine, so we'll just slug it out. Hefty thighed waifu. Hey! Learned a new skill. Good for you, Gustav. I'm sure that skill is very culturally correct to have learned it while fighting claw crabs. Yeah, Unlimited SaGa was a lot more free with taking away life points. SaGa Frontier and SaGa Frontier 2 also have life points. In SaGa Frontier, it was just like a counter for how dead you were. But here you can actually recover your hit points at the expense of life points. In both games, you still run into enemies that will, you know, directly damage your life points. But they did it, like, right away in Unlimited SaGa. And that weird intersecting roulette wheel just to do an attack. The game is slow-paced? Yeah, well, I'm not playing it to be fast-paced. I'm playing it to try to get to a point with some music that I'm trying to track down for my next video. Yeah, well, it's not my waifu pillow, Joshua. You need to come pick that thing up. Oh yeah. Well, the music is really one of the bright spots of this game. And it's by Masashi Hamauzu, who later went on to do the music for Final Fantasy XIII. Whoops. Oh, before that thing hits me. There we go. Now I'm picturing Peggy Hill going, "Newt, Newt!" Pingu, Pengu. Yeah, Joshua, Happy Married Gamer there is one of the co-hosts on the podcast I got invited to join. Well, I'll plug it here. If you go over to twitch.tv/linktheinformer, we actually do it on Twitch. Because if you go into the Twitch app and click on a stream, it's going to open up a web page anyway. Which episode with Martok and Worf on the ship? That's not just lame, it's lame. Oh, the one where he's, where Martok needs to regain his confidence. I still love Dax's line from earlier in the episode. On this voyage, my bed will be as empty as yours, Lesket. The only difference is that mine will be empty by choice. Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Nathan. Hey, that sounds like it could be fun. Would it be people watching the stream answering the questions, posing the questions, or we take turns asking each other questions? Star trekking across the universe, boldly going forward 'cause we can't find reverse. Ah, so we'd have a guest host testing our nerdiness. Well, they would eat a lot of pizza if it wasn't all made by Neelix. Yeah. Jalen is my cat, Happy Merry Gamer. Wasn't quick enough on the mute button. I think I'm going to get to the next area and... Yes, hi. And then, whether or not that's got the music I need, I'm going to move on to Final Fantasy XII. Well, I do like stuff. Have a good night. It's a slime, like in every other role-playing game ever. Nice. Okay, there's a lot of happy fungus here. I'm just not sure where I'm supposed to go to get through this area. It's kind of like that kind of laugh, if that even made it through the pop filter. Puppy. Hey, that looks nothing like what I saw in the overworld. It is still a bunny. I have a blue snowball that happens to be black, so it's even more confusing. Okay, I'm guessing I was supposed to just go through this first area. Like maybe there's a spot off to the right now? No? Can't... No, there's nothing there. What the heck? Ooh. New ability. Just USB, but it does actually work if you plug it into the PS4, which is kind of nice. I'll go back up here again. Nope. Still can't walk around the edge of that. Ah! And you can't even try to flee a battle until a couple rounds in. Going quickly enough now, though. Hey, those SingStar mics were good. I think I still got them around somewhere. But for a while before I got this one, I was actually just using a $15 headset I found a coworker told me about at Target. It worked really well. Actually, Joshua, the new version of SingStar on the PS4 uses an app on the phone to act as the microphone. Well, SingStar itself is free, it's just the extra songs that cost money. I think it comes with, like, a couple of songs, but the greater library is out of reach behind paywalls. And if I remember correctly, I think I tried it at one point and I couldn't import anything from the previous games. But with SingStar, I think it is compatible with pretty much any microphone you'd throw at it. So, you know, until I find the one that was actually made for it, you could probably just plug in anything. Oh, anything USB at least. Also, Nathan, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you can put your PS2 SingStar discs in the PS3, even the ones that aren't PS2 compatible, and import the PS2 SingStar games into the PS3 version. Oh, wait, I can go around like this. Okay, there we go. You know, good stuff can probably handle this. Yes, sadly it died. Fiery death. No, we recovered the Final Fantasy XII disc. But the save died. Actually, no, I thought we were able to recover the save, too. Like, just barely. But yeah, Nathan, that actually, Jeshla has the PS2 version, I think like SingStar 80s or something like that. But she's got SingStar ABBA for the PS3, and we were able to import it that way. So, actual first-hand experience, not just hearsay. There we go. Yeah. Hello to you too, Mushroom. You know, every once in a while I see that game and I'm like, I really need to try it and see if it's as bad as everybody says. But I still haven't picked it up. I have Sonic Generations. I love Sonic Generations. Yeah, I've watched a bunch of videos where people are playing it and they're like, and some of the game-breaking glitches are just ridiculous. Yeah, I played the demo of Sonic Forces. I haven't played the full game, but it felt very Sonic Generations, and I'm kind of glad that they learned the right lessons on that. Like, I need to play Sonic Colors at some point in the near future, too. Ah, okay. Go around behind that. Which way are you going? That way? Haha. Oh. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Get away. No. Haha. Oh, jeez. Gee, I wonder why this cave stinks of shrooms. I can't stop sneezing. Maybe I should have joined the scouting party. Yeah, Nathan, Colors is on the same level as Generations. Really, really good. Take him on. Oh, you don't even get a name. You're just Burglar. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Go. Charge, ready, backslash, cleave. There we go. Well, that's one of the better things to do after you tinkle into the toilet, is to flush it into the sewer. We aim to please, so can you aim, please? Oh, that was cinematic. Okay, this is just going on its own now. Okay, there we go. Not much. Just us making fun of you for being descriptive about your AFK time there. It's the Golgothan! Yeah, let's try. There we go. Haha. Yes. Well, that's good, Nathan. I'm glad. Okay, now here's the problem, lady. She just kicked that other dude's he just kicked that other dude's ass. And you're sitting there going, "Whoa, you must either be stupid or ungifted." Yeah, good luck on that whole ransom thing. That's probably not going to happen. Oh, one of those, huh? You still damaged from the last fight, Gustav? Yes, yes you are. No, 2 points of damage. Oh, and 97 of 125. You're okay. Yep, thought so. Defeat the chief and the battle's over. Alright, let's see what the music for the next area is. This seems promising. Oops, wrong button. Party crashers. Leslie. It tastes the best if you eat it like this. You're missing out. So there you have it, kids. Food tastes better when you shovel it into your mouth like a like an animal. Okay, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to have the music I'm looking for, so I am going to switch over to the PS4 here. Just need one moment. Yeah, I found out that the part with the music that I want is a little bit beyond where I am right now. So, you get to watch me struggle through this part. I am way too underleveled. Yeah, well... Oh, I should probably update my dashboard here, one sec. Oh, jeez, everyone's like dead or dying. Yeah. Nathan, I try to get the part of the game that actually has the music that I want. So, um, I could easily just say, take the music from the soundtrack and overlay it on on any of the game footage, which I am actually going to have to do for some of this stuff. But I'm not that far away on FF12. I've got most of the rest of it, like when I was playing Fez the other night. But the part that I'm trying to get from Final Fantasy XII here is from the first Esper battle, which is not too far beyond where I am right now, so... Yeah, okay, hold on. Fawn, hold your horses. Or your gambits. Okay, what do we have here? Do we have... Got a couple Phoenix Downs, so let's... Oh, can't use it from the menu. Got Vossler in there, let's bring in Ash and Balthier. Oh. What, Vossler isn't counted as an extra? Alright. Oh, pff. There we go. Yeah. Alright, now... Gonna Phoenix down. Reserve. Well, if the last one was a little too slow, this this is diving right into the action. Yeah, I probably should. Just to get some breathing room here. Drop train, drop train. Yeah, go ahead and DM me on
I never miss.
R2. There we go. Yeah, DM me and I'll send you the link to the HDMI thingy later.
Please.
Ah, missed it.
My regards.
Yeah, it's a remaster of the PS2 Final Fantasy game. The original Final Fantasy XII got an upgrade when it went back to Japan from America. And this is that upgraded version with an HD coat of paint. Do I have anything useful here? No. Just steel. No, apparently they did not get caught in the nuclear blast. Either that or they have the special ability of, like, hide in fridge. But the alarm's on, so these guys are only going to keep coming. I really should be running. Oops. No, I should be running because they're just going to keep respawning while the alarms are on. It'd be nice if I could turn off the alarms, but I need quiet to do that. Oh, dang it. Get that thing! Get that thing! Yep, total party wipe. Fran's the only one left. Okay, well, let's see how you can do, Fran. Run, bunny! Nope. Do I have a slightly farther back one? 1025, 1959, 1952. Let's try that. There we go. Better start. Uh-oh. There's something going on. Zwill blade, huh? I probably don't have the requisite license for it, though. Oh wait, I should see if he's got any, like, consumables. Yep, here we go. Okay. Ugh, I don't have a lot of gil. I got anything I can sell? Ew, pebbles! Is, like, everything a Digimon to you, Nathan? Whatever it is, I think I see becomes a Digimon to me. Too late. Cutscene.
Majesty, we will cut your path.
I will not place my trust in the sword of a traitor.
Yet trust his sword we must.
Should have been
Traitor or
paying
no,
attention.
I see no other way. We track.
All right. Well, now you're
commandeer
safe
a
to go to
ship and
bed.
Make our escape.
Rest well when you do.
Her Majesty cannot abide weakness, least of all in herself. We must make her confront the reality of our plight.
Nope, they're just gonna come right away. So, you know what? No. I'm just... Screw you guys. And poison. Wait a second, is that a shortcut there? Yes. She's got food and she's got water. Yeah. And you know, if it was just, you know, every once in a while a small meow, I wouldn't mind. But, man, she sounds like she's being tortured sometimes. I don't want people to think I'm torturing my cat. I took her to the vet last year, and she was meowing like this, and they said that she was unusually healthy for a 19-year-old cat. She started yelling like this after her sister died, though. No, she's definitely not in heat. She had those parts yanked out a long time ago. But I honestly think she's just depressed. Because whenever I've got her in my lap or whatever, she's perfectly fine. Whenever she's getting attention, she's fine. But she's meowing like crazy every other moment. So they had mentioned that, you know, there are like cat antidepressants. But it was kind of hard to wrangle around my work schedule at the time. Now I work from home, so I was thinking of maybe taking her to the vet and seeing if I can do that. No, she had a another cat around here, actually Jessel's cat, for a couple of years. She's had other cats around since her sister died. She just doesn't really care. It's just pretty much me. Okay. Rest there, little cat. Okay, so I was thinking of just kind of hanging out here and trying to level up for a bit, but I'm already getting my butt kicked again. I tend to just kind of charge forward in games like this, and I really think I screwed myself over this time. Yeah, and Chaylin and her sister I got at an animal shelter when they were 6 weeks old in 1997. So definitely, if/when you get a cat, go get one from a shelter. You know, I never did try going back. I wonder if I can make it back. Oops, wrong button. Oh, hold on, I need to take care of something really quick. Yeah. I did not actually turn off the PS3 earlier, and I was accidentally using the PS3 controller. So I should probably turn off the system. Yes, okay. Oh, that's a good goal, then. Something to look forward to when you move out. The question of which games do I have for my PS3 would take quite a long time for me to answer. Okay, dead again. No, you know what? I'm going to reset again and... it'll let me? No. Guess not. I have tons of games for the PS3. We'll put it that way. Yeah, not a very big physical game collection, but like if I go to the PlayStation Network and go to the download list, where you've got all of the games and DLC and everything that you can download. I have almost 3,100 items on my download list. Oddly enough, I think I've got more stuff for the PS3 and PS4 than I do for the PS2. I've got quite a few things for the PS2, and for the PS1, but I think my PS3 library is quite a bit bigger. That's probably the biggest library out of all of the PlayStation consoles for me right now, is my PS3 library. Alright, Balthier, just keep yourself alive. It also helps that I've been a PlayStation Plus subscriber almost since the beginning of the program. Go dig around the used game stores. You can find plenty of PS1 and PS2 games on the cheap. PS3 games also. You're not going to find anything that old at like a GameStop, but look around for like mom and pop game stores. Those are awesome. And the stock changes all the time, so you know, if you look there 1 week, go back there 2 weeks later, and there will be more stuff. There we go. Also, you're talking about the PS2 being your fave when you were a kid. The PS2 was the first console that I bought on release day. And I had a job at that point. Oh yeah, that'll do it. I started a really nice new job in the middle of 2016. So I'm definitely I've been building my collection since then. I finally have every one of the mainline Ace Combat games. That was one of my things that I was kind of looking forward to. Yay, Larsa! How's it going,
It's
Penelope?
okay. We're okay.
Geese knows you've escaped. You must hurry. You are Captain Azalus. You will follow me. We must reach the airships before
Yeah,
they do.
actually, I didn't get the
You would let us leave knowing
PS3,
who we
the
are.
Vita, the PSP, or the PS4 on
Lady Ash.
release.
By all rights, you ought not even to exist.
It was
But
just the
you and
PS2,
Captain
and,
Ronsenberg were
you know,
made to appear
I
dead.
learned my
It's
lesson
like a hanging
there.
thread
I'm
laid
on my
bare.
5th
Your actions
PS2.
hereafter will pull at that
So,
thread, and we
yeah.
will see what unravels.
The only game console
This is
I
your
bought on
chance.
release day is one
We
that I've
must
had
see
to
this
return
through
5
and get to the bottom
times.
of it. I believe 'tis for the good of Dalmasca and the good of the Empire.
Very well then.
Thanks, Lamont.
I must apologize. Penello, for you. May it bring you good fortune.
Thanks.
Let us go.
See you, Vossler. I thought that was the Nethicite he handed her. Yeah, it was, but that wasn't entirely the reason I didn't get it. I mean, I just flat out couldn't afford it at the time. Also, when the PS3 released, I didn't even have an HD TV. So I actually had to buy an HD TV before I felt like it would be worthwhile to buy a PS3. You know, I'm surprised that Microsoft has a fan base at all. I mean, there's no reason that the PS3... I mean, and even by the end of its life, the PS3 did end up outselling the Xbox 360. It just had that rocky start that kind of tainted everything. But, I mean, there really isn't much of a reason why they even have that much. In my opinion, at least. What am I doing? Turn on Ash's Gambits. There we go. And check the map. Okay, almost there. What is this? High potion. A high potion. Okay, I guess all I had to do was just basically run.
Such a great shame. I must confess, I thought you the one who would help us restore peace to Dalmasca.
Judge Geese, voiced by
No
Mark
matter,
Wing
we hold the
Davey,
proof of your
also
royal
known
lineage.
as Zaphod
A mere passing
Beeblebrox,
resemblance will serve our
in the
purposes now.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy radio
As for
scripts.
you, my dear, the Empire requires you no more.
Haha,
What was that?
owned by Nethicite.
The Nethicite.
Your Majesty does not disappoint. Ever quick to spurn an honorable surrender, as was your father.
You know nothing of my father!
Oh, now I do have to fight. Okay. Well, Let's quicken this. Well, yeah, I know. I still have the same TV that I bought when I, slightly before I got the PS3. But it's a Sony TV and it's still good. It's 42-inch, 1080p. I have really no complaints about it. I mean, the only reason I'm even contemplating getting a new TV is to get something that's got 4K. But, I mean, this thing is pre-smart TV and all of that, too. So it's like doing really well for, I think, a 10-year-old TV at this point.
Please. Please. My regards.
Firaga.
I never miss.
Yeah, you just keep piling it on, Balthier.
Please. My regards.
Ah, I didn't get that one off. Yeah, I'm not really that keen on smart TVs because I've got consoles. I mean, my PS3, my PS4, they handle everything a smart TV would. So I'm really not that, worried about that. But at the time, I did want to make sure that I had a, that it was capable of 1080p. Oops. I forgot to resurrect everyone. Oh yeah, and I've got a second TV here that is only capable of at most 1080i, and it's just nice as a secondary monitor type of thing. Did you get one of them off? Yeah, Bosch is back at least. Oh, this isn't looking good. Sure, let's go out with a bang. Who knows, if I can chain enough of these together, I might actually take them down. Come on, come on. Dang it. I always record and stream at 720 anyway. Oh my god, that worked. Holy crap. Wow.
We've secured an Atomos. Come.
An Atomos? All skiff, no ship. Hardly fit for a leading man.
Skin of the teeth.
Can't we go faster? Not yet.
So I wish we got to hear Fran talk more. She almost kind of sounds like a deaf person talking. Like she's intentionally muffled in some way. And I always thought that that was kind of an interesting aspect to her voice.
Balthier, your handkerchief. I thought you might want it back.
I shall wear it close to my heart.
Perhaps you forget all that Ondor has wrought.
Yeah, I
do
mean,
not forget,
quality
Majesty.
is nice.
It was by his counsel,
but
dangerous though it may have been, that we were able to free you.
90% of the
You must
people
meet with
watching
him,
something
Rise, and
are
give
not
ear
going
to
to be
his
able to
words.
tell the difference
He may
between
act in
1080
name of
and
the Empire,
720.
but his heart is not.
It is as he says. I ought not have kept Ondor at so great a distance for so long a time. I have played the fool.
You were only being cautious.
Majesty, I would ask you for some time. On our own, we struggle in vain to restore Dalmasca. I must search out some other way. Until I should find it, I would have Bosch remain at your side. Doubt him you may. But I measure his loyalty to Dalmasca no less than my own.
I know you would not speak so lightly. Very well.
Keep her well. Go to Ondor and there await my return.
Actually, I'm going to go give Che some wet cat food, see if that mollifies her for a bit. I'll be right back. I would say rather than focus on resolution, focus on other aspects of quality. You know, snappier edits, you know, your voice, your environments, your content, that stuff. Don't worry about the resolution. Unless it matters for what you're trying to do. If you're trying to say, check this out in 60 frames per second at 4K, that's something. But if it doesn't matter to what you're doing, you're probably better off just doing it at 720 or 1080 or whatever you can do to make it as smooth as possible. I also use Share Factory on the PS4 for my video editing, so, and that only outputs at 720. So that's where I tend to be on that, at least. Because also, aside from people not really being able to tell the difference easily between different resolutions, a lot of people watch videos on their tablets or phones, which can't even handle it most of the time, or it doesn't.
When Vossler learned my father had been killed the night of the treaty signing, he returned to Ravenaster, there to aid my escape. There was still time before Vane's reach extended too far. We thought that you could protect me.
However, when I then made the announcement that you had taken your own life, I must have seemed a model citizen of the Empire. The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion. Of course, at the time I was reluctant, but I could not perceive his reasons. Now it is clear he meant to drive a wedge between us.
Halim, we are past all this. Boucherba must stand with us. We can stop Vane.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms. Your Majesty is a woman grown now.
Then Boucherba will aid me.
Suppose for a moment you were to defeat Vane. What then? You cannot simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without that, the Grand Kiltias on Bo-Omises cannot and will not recognize your Majesty as the rightful heir.
Yeah, that might work. Because, I mean, you also have to keep in mind, you know, people that are watching it on mobile, it might automatically get downscaled anyway because of their connection, or, you know, a lot of places are scaling down anything they detect as video to save bandwidth, that kind of thing. So, yeah. I don't feel bad about only putting videos up at 720.
Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
This can be arranged, though it will take some time.
In fact, personally,
bath, I hope.
I'd go to 60 frames per second before I'd go beyond 720p.
Clothes, too.
I like higher frame rate. To me, higher frame rate is more noticeable than higher resolution.
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, is that
return his
most
airship
games
later.
don't.
Are you crazy?
Like, one right off the top
This
of
is
my head
something
that I can
have to
think of
do.
is
Not only for myself, but for all those who
Metal
have
Gear
fallen.
Solid.
I will not be made to hide. I'll fight
The most
alone
recent
if I
one,
must.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
You still have Bosch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty.
What do you think? A bit over the top?
In my line of work, you never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
No, not Metal Gear Acid.
You can't.
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead.
Phantom
You're a
Pain.
sky pirate,
That's what
aren't
it
you?
is. Metal
Then
Gear Solid
steal
the
me.
Phantom Pain.
Is that so much to ask?
What do you have that I would want?
The Dynast King's treasure. The Dawn Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
King Wraithwall, you say?
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense. It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is
Actually,
the
I
price
just
on your
picked
head
up the
these days,
Metal
I wonder?
Slug anthology the other day.
Allow me to escort
It was
you in
on
Vossa's place.
flash sale on the PS4. It's like
Will you be joining us?
Metal Slug 1 through 6 and Metal Slug
Are you
X,
kidding?
and
I
it
don't wanna
ended up
stick around this
being like
place.
$4.
Then I'm coming too.
Canelo?
Don't leave me here.
Of course not.
Then it's settled. We should leave before the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
Love to watch her leave. I'm sorry, what? I don't know. I'm actually not that big on the Metal Slug games. At least I haven't played them much. I enjoy them when I play them. Probably not. Man, I picked up Vegas in that Humble Bundle a couple weeks ago, and I just couldn't find my way through it. A friend of mine uses it, though, so I'm hoping to visit him at some point and get some pointers.
Dr. Sid, does this
Until
set
then,
Dracula...
I love Share Factory.
I have confirmed he receives funds from Lord Vane. His agency in the fall of Nabudis is also certain. Yet, with Judge Zect, who led the assault, missing, the truth remains difficult to ascertain.
NLE? I'm not familiar with that
Long,
acronym.
cold years have clouded my eyes. I cannot see my own son's heart.
My lord.
This illness will claim me.
Sorry, just a bit of chicken down the wrong tube.
Who is to be my successor?
Yeah, so for video editing, I use Share Factory on the PS4. It's a free application that comes with that you can download on the PS4. It's really good. It's not as powerful as some of the PC-based options, but it's put together to be used with a controller, and I've got a video on my second channel showing how I made one of the clips that I put up on my main channel.
He is an enemy of the Empire. He will be cut down.
And the entire video from importing the clip to exporting the finished product was 4 minutes.
Your ruthlessness is not without merit. But it must not become this way with Larsa. You must ensure that it does not.
So then you ask me to be his sword, to strike where he might not.
Rather be his shield. Gabranth, keep your close watch on Vane.
Gabranth.
His is the keenest blade of all.
My lord.
I honestly only picked up Vegas because I know of it, and it was pay what you want for a product that I know runs over $1,000. I actually the amount you had to pay to get Vegas was $20 at that point. I actually paid $25 anyway because it's like, this is a ridiculous deal. I'm very grateful.
Whoa. This come in handy.
But I've just been so frustrated that it's so hard to figure out just how to import a clip, trim it, and
that's as far as she goes.
Export.
We'll be in yacht from here onwards.
It should not be hard to just do that.
Across the Sand Sea to the Valley of the Dead, and to King Wraithwall's
Here, I'm gonna post the video I made of
so when you're in yacht, skystones don't work at all.
me
That's why we gotta
putting
help the
together
rest
a
of the
clip
way,
in
you
Share
see?
Factory.
Happy you get to teach me something for a change?
Well, if you want to be a sky pirate, you gotta know your... Hey, what do you mean for a change?
Come on,
At least we thought to bring entertainment.
Oh yeah? Says who? You want to see what they think about it?
I wouldn't be so confident.
Okay, now that all of that is done, let's restock. Oh, man, I wish I had the money for those new magics. But I should probably... Oh, I've got plenty of potions. I'm good for now. Yep. That's my name. It was my dad's name too. Okay. Oh, let's make the party so it's not just Bosch. He may be the Bosch von Ronsenberg, but... You know, I don't even think there's a Chris in our family. Like my extended family. Yeah, I know. Dude, I was in high school in the 90s. I got that stuff all the time. This is cool. Wild Arms 3 has something like the Sand Sea, where it's sand that's so fine it kind of ends up flowing like an ocean.
So where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross the Yogir Yensa, and beyond that the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Dalmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
You are at that.
So the first time I played this, on the PS2, I actually managed to get... every time you kill an enemy and keep killing that same kind of enemy, you start a chain. And the higher the chain gets, the better loot they drop. I managed to get a 999 chain, and the only reason... And the counter stopped at that point. It wasn't even necessarily... Oh, hey, yay, trophy. It wasn't even necessarily that that it broke or anything. The counter just stopped and kept ticking. Every time I killed something new, it just showed 999 again. Oh, I should put my steel gambit back on for him. Okay. You know, it's funny you say that. I remember when the first pictures of Vaughn came out, he was kind of lounging like that one meme you see of what's his name, Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, where his shirt's half open, and everybody was like, "Oh wow, we're gonna have the first openly gay main character," and it's like, wow, really? Just because he looks like that? Maybe I should take the opportunity to level up a little bit here. Yeah, I know, she's chattering right now, too. But, yeah. Hi. Well, at least we're in a desert, so probably not. She's probably gonna get sand in places she doesn't want it, though. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you on that, where, you know, usually when they're making a point of a character being gay, they end up being a stereotype, and that's not helpful. I actually did bring her on camera after the podcast last night. But yeah, there's one show in particular that I feel has usually nailed gay characters. I guess that might not have been the greatest choice of words, but they did it perfectly and have consistently done it perfectly. And that's Doctor Who. They have characters that just happen to be gay. They're normal people. They are normal most of the time. It's just like in the last season with Bill. You know, she's not, you know, constantly perving on girls or anything like that. She just, you know, has a relationship and, you know, has to rebuff this one guy that's kind of making eyes at her. But other than that, I mean... Here. Oh. That looks awkward. There you go. Still looks awkward. Come on, just lay down. There we go. Okay. Go across, north, and then across again.
A construct to draw oil from the
yeah,
ground.
most of them
Abandoned many
do,
years now,
and
it
it's
seems.
just easier to write that way.
No, the Rosarians.
But they do a
Their
lot
empire
of,
lies far to the west,
you
ever
know,
at
a
war
lot
with
more
Arcadia,
deep writing.
heedless of the
You know, I
kingdom's
mean, when you've got a series that's literally 50 years
Dalmasca,
old.
Nabradia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vosla, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Bogerba, I find both you and the Lady Ash have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ash's decision. I am content to lend
You
my
go with
arm,
what you know, dude.
as I could not when
That's
Rassler
why all your
died,
examples are
when
from
her throne was
SpongeBob.
taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walked the Knight's path. The Lady Ash?
We should leave this place.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
I see.
Sure.
So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Wraithwall's tomb. The Marquis sympathizes with your plight,
This might be a
yet
little
the
bit
Empire purchases a carrying
louder than the
bird on his shoulder.
PS3.
He can keep whispers of your abduction
Let me know
silent
if
for
this
only
works.
so
I
long.
cut it
Yes.
down by about
Tell
3
me,
decibels.
Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors.
Well, I know the Flying Dutchman was. That's a pretty old one.
Looks like we've attracted the wrong sort of attention. Let's quit this place while we still can. Move!
Vossler! Have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins with that.
Well, yes. I mean, it was like an opera, if I remember correctly. I don't know if you've ever seen the sci-fi show from the mid-90s called Andromeda, but one of my favorite lines in that show came from an episode where they were heavily referencing the Flying Dutchman, and at one point one of the characters is retaking the ship, shooting down a bunch of androids while music from the opera is playing over the intercom. He gets to the bridge and they're all surprised to see him, and they're like, "Tyr, so glad to see you. Are you okay?" He's like, "They were playing Wagner. It's the most fun I've had in months." Unfortunately, I don't think it's on Netflix. In fact, I've had a hard time finding it on any streaming sites. But it's really good if you can find it. I would recommend watching the first 4 seasons, and then consider the 5th season a separate story entirely. Because it kind of is. They had the whole thing where they weren't sure if they were coming back at the end of the 4th season, so they wrapped up the storyline. And then they were renewed for a 5th season, and they're like, "Oh crap, what do we do now?" Okay. I don't know if you caught me responding to your thing, but I haven't been able to find Andromeda on any streaming sites. If you can find it, great. Watch the first 4 seasons, and then consider the 5th season kind of a separate story entirely. Because it kind of is. They weren't entirely sure they were coming back after the end of the 4th season, so they wrapped everything up. And then they had to try to figure out what to do with the 5th season. Ah, you know, I should probably take care of my licenses. Oh, I haven't even picked a license board for Ash yet. Okay. What do I want to do with Ash? Oh man, now I gotta remember everything I've recommended. Wild Arms series, Brave Fencer Musashi. Definitely Andromeda. Andromeda's good. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think I want to do... I want to do... Do I want to do Knight or Archer for Ash? Really leaning toward Knight. Yeah, Brave Fencer Musashi, that's that one that I was talking about where it's on the Japanese PlayStation Network, but not the American? Yes. You got it. Oh, I could really use a white mage too, though. Well, I get the ability to dual class soon, so... And that is definitely going to be... Okay, so Bushi is going to be his next class. That's going to be Pinello. That's going to be Fran. That'll probably be Bosch. So yeah, let's do Knight White Mage with Ash. Kind of make her a paladin. No, actually, you know, I have very few qualms about emulating a game I own. So like, if I own, you know, a game on, you know, PlayStation or whatnot, and you know, I just want the convenience of playing it. Like the PSP is a good example, actually. A couple months back, I did a feature on the music from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, and I wanted to be able to play that. It has not been made available digitally. I have the physical disc, but I can't capture from my PSP. So I threw it on my... I took an ISO of it and put it on my PS TV and played it that way so I could capture. So, no, definitely not. As long as you own it in the way that you're playing it, I have absolutely no problems with that. Okay. What do we want to do with Vaughn? More gambits. Yeah, I know. There are ways of doing it with PSP. Actually, the funny part is the PSP 2000 has that ability, but the PSP 1000, which is the one I have, does not. Unless you, like, get into the guts and manipulate the actual, like, hardware, which I am not going to do. So, yeah, just so much. It makes sense. I own the game. I'm playing it on, you know, similar hardware. I even own the PSP. It's not that I don't own the console. I own everything I would need to play it legally. I'm just using something else to make it easier for recording. Let's see. Oh, I've only got 30. Oh, well, let's do that. And before I forget, go put that new equipment on him. Sweet. Yeah, there are other areas where I'll do emulation like that too, but it's not as, to me, it's not as clear of a line. So I might do it, but not necessarily brag about it. Oh no, you keep that. ROM hacks also, that's... I mean, it would be best if you own the original game, obviously. But, you know, that's definitely something where... I mean, there's no other way to do it. Especially for games that were never translated in the first place. Pinty het. $58, huh? Disable is fun. What else is over here? Oh yeah, we definitely want that stuff. Oh, I have been. But thanks for visiting, and I'll see you another time. I really do appreciate you dropping by and interacting. Have a good one.
Yeah.